When President Biden came to office, he knew that Make in India and Made in America are not incompatible concepts. In fact, they are complementary. And that's why in 2022, as you've heard, our administration launched the Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technologies with India, ICET. Now, as Ambassador Garcetti laid out, this is not just something that springs into existence by osmosis or by some, magical abstract creation. It's through people, and people in senior positions in government, and people throughout the government, and then throughout the scientific community, the private sector, and beyond. But one person in particular that I would like to recognize is my counterpart, the Indian National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, because it was in part his vision that technology, and particularly advanced technologies of the future, would be a propellant for the U.S.-India relationship in a way that could take our two countries forward, advance our respective interests, protect our respective values, and build a better world for everybody. And through this partnership, through this initiative, and through so many other things that Ajit and I have had to deal with over the course of the past 4 years, he and I have developed a deep personal relationship, a deep professional relationship. And it is that relationship, in part, I believe, that has helped play such a critical role in ensuring that the U.S.-India partnership has reached that new high level that I talked about before. Now, the fundamental premise of ICET is that in an era of renewed geopolitical competition, the U.S. and India have to collaborate on the development, diffusion, and protection of critical technologies, from artificial intelligence to biotechnology and beyond. This is our responsibility as the world's two largest democracies, as two large and fast-growing economies, and as leading Indo-Pacific powers. And as we mark the second anniversary of ICET this month, we've proven just how impactful that deepened collaboration can be across both of our economies and both of our innovation ecosystems. Just look at Vikram Solar, which announced plans last year for a $1.5 billion investment in solar manufacturing in the United States. Or Bharat Forge, which in 2021 opened the first U.S. greenfield aluminum forging plant in over 15 years. And at the same time, U.S. companies looking for more resilience in both their markets and their supply chains are shifting out of China and expanding into India. Take, for example, Apple's significant investment in Indian production. Within the next couple of years, over a quarter of all iPhones in the world will be made right here in India. Or Ford's recent expansion in Chennai, which will add thousands of jobs in Tamil Nadu. And I want to take a moment to talk about supply chain specifically. The United States, India, and other key democratic partners have all been reminded, abruptly and sharply, that we cannot ignore the ways in which interdependencies can be weaponized against us. We've seen countries lose access to critical minerals that support our clean energy and electronics industries. We've seen companies struggling to compete against China's predatory industrial strategies in chips and clean energy and other emerging technologies. And of course, we've seen repeated attacks on industries tied to our critical infrastructure, which is heightening the risks not only to cyber espionage, but of destructive sabotage. That's why, as we launched ICET, both President Biden and Prime Minister Modi made it a priority to invest in national programs that are spurring production in sectors that have become overly reliant on a single country, China. These include the U.S. Chips and Science Act, the India Semiconductor Mission, and India's production-linked incentive program in areas such as biopharmaceuticals. And the benefits of those programs are already flowing to both of our countries.